much do you think the typical student loan borrower owes 20 years after taking out their loans?
6 raspberries?
Well, the typical white borrower owes about 6%
White. Okay, 6%, not great, but not terrible.
of what they originally borrowed. 20 years on, and they still owe 6% of what they borrowed.
Perhaps if they got a degree that adequately paid them back the amount that they borrowed in a timely manner, or were smart enough from what they learned supposedly in college to get good financial terms, it wouldn't be that bad. Perhaps if demons and serpents like yourself and your friends didn't artificially raise the cost of energy, food, groceries, rent, and every other thing imaginable by squandering it overseas, it wouldn't cost that much.
The typical black borrower
In statistics, the word typical is meaningless. It could mean mean or average, but she doesn't say which one it was because who cares?
owes 95% of what they originally borrowed.
That is insane, to owe 95% of what you borrowed 20 years later. 66% of black student borrowers never finish college, but they borrow to start. That number is 47% for whites and 35% for Asian. But just because a statistic is a statistic doesn't mean that that statistic is that way because of some type of inherent bias. 73% of the NBA is black. Is that because it's racist? Less than 0.5% of the NBA is Asian. Is that because the NBA is racist? Or is it a meritocracy, much like borrowing money is? And who exactly is the racist here? The company that's letting them borrow the money, or them not paying it back? Where's the bias?
Canceling student loan debt is about racial justice.
This has nothing to do with justice, you serpent, race-baiting grifter. It's been said 1,000 different ways, but correlation does not imply causation. This is a gross oversimplification that considers no other factors. But to suggest that everybody else should foot the bill, and that is racial justice, implies that the primary reason for this discrepancy is skin color, which it is not. But how about instead of chalking it up to racism and forcing everybody else to pay for a band-aid to cover the symptom, we consider why people are so financially illiterate that they accept such bad terms, why college is so expensive yet so useless, hint, the government, and why any rational human being would listen to or believe a serpent liar like yourself. Higher education would be cheaper and higher quality if the bureaucracy would simply get out of the way. The lie that a degree is the solution to financial success is a lie that has been sold to all races equally. And you gotta be next level dumb or a college degree holder to believe that the exact same serpents that run the bloated bureaucracy now will solve the problem that they primarily helped to create.